Hey guys, Marsengan here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so I wanted to do a video specifically talking about this event, the 8th anniversary battle event that is going to be coming out in part 3 of the anniversary. I didn't mention it in a previous video because something that I'd forgotten when I looked up all the info for the anniversary before it started on Global, so I could have all the information ready to go to start making videos for you guys, is for some reason the Dokkan Wiki has this page where they list the event and its details, but they don't have it listed under the main section for like the 8th anniversary celebration. So if you go on the wiki, you can go to the celebration. There's different tabs for all of the 3 parts. They show you all of the events with the start dates and everything, and then you can click on them to open these like main pages like this one that we have open. But for some reason, this event is just not listed on there. So when I made the last video talking about the events that were going to be dropping, I forgot to mention this one completely because it wasn't on that list. But I wanted to talk about this event because as the video of this title, the title of this video will be something probably like that. This is potentially the best event to come out in the entire anniversary. I mean, in terms of a challenging event, right, it's going to be the Shadow Dragon stage, especially the last couple, right, and Sin more specifically. But in terms of the overall rewards and everything you get, this is going to be very, very good. So judging by the dates, from what we know of the releases of the Part 3 stuff, looking back to the dates that everything came out on JP, this will come out 4 days after the 5-year LR EZAs. So it is basically right at the end of the anniversary this is going to come out. So it's one of the last pieces of content that we will actually get. But the anniversary battle is 8 stages, and obviously I would assume they're going to add one next year, because each stage you fight against the headline units from each of the anniversaries, right? So stage 1 you fight Janemba and then Gogeta. Stage 2 is Super Saiyan 4, Goku, and then Vegeta. Then stage 3, there are 2 separate paths, and you fight either... Actually, no, wait. Does this one have 2 paths? I don't think it does. You fight the Goku and Vegeta, and then Vegito, and then Goku and Vegeta, and then Gogeta. Stage 4 is obviously the 4th anniversary LRs. You fight them both together as their SSR versions, and then the LR Super Saiyan 4s. 5th anniversary, obviously Vegito and Gogeta Blue. 6th anniversary, UI and Blue Evolution. And then we have the 7th anniversary with the Gods and the Super Saiyan 4s. The 8th anniversary with the Buu Duo and the GT Duo. So you have unlimited attempts on each stage, so it's not limited like the Red Zone. It doesn't cost any stamina to do as well, so you can just keep doing these stages, you know, until you've gotten them done. You can bring 1 item, so much like any of the difficult content at the moment, only 1 item is allowed. Stage 8, which is the 8th anniversary ones, they have a Spirit Bomb gauge which will fill up at the end of the turn. The gauge can be decreased by launching super attacks at the enemies. If the gauge fills up, the enemy will launch a very powerful super attack, so it'll basically be like the one-shot Spirit Bomb. And then the skill orbs obtained from this event can only be used on main anniversary characters. Now, this is the reason why this event is so good when we look at the missions. Now, obviously, bear in mind, there are 8 stages, and as you can see from this far right column, just like any new event, you get 1 stone for beating the stage for the first time, right? So you get 8 stones just in general for beating the 8 stages. Then for each of the stages, there are missions. So clear the stage, you get 8 stones, and then you get defense skill orbs that are level 8, which is impossible to get in any other way. But as we've already mentioned, they can only be used on the anniversary unit. So when you beat stage 1 and you beat Janemba and Gogeta, you get these skill orbs that can only be given to Int Janemba and STR Gogeta. So beat stage 1 without using items, you get a level 2 crit, or sorry, level 6 crit, level 4 defense, and then clear stage 1 using all 5 types. So a unit AGL Tech in physical STR. You get a gold equip that is additional 6 defense 600. And then the missions are similar for all of the other ones, right? No items, all 5 types. No items, all 5 types. Then this one for the 4-year LRs is no items and then within 4 turns. So this one you really need to bring your most powerful team, because if we look back at stage 4, this one does have 2 phases and there are 2 enemies. So essentially, if you haven't beaten the first phase in like 2 turns, it's going to be very difficult, right? Because you'd have to 1-turn the final phase. So you've got to be careful with that one. Stage 5 goes back to all 5 types and no items. Stage 6 is all 5 types and within 5 turns. So there is no items one for this one. So I would suggest you can use attack up items, right, to make sure you get through this a little bit quicker. And then stage 7, this one has 2 routes, right? So this one you fight either the gods or the Super Saiyan 4s, and you get 8 stones for each one. Beat using all 5 types or beat within 7 turns. Now remember, you could do one or the other for both of these runs, right? So you could fight the gods and bring all 5 types, and then you could fight the Super Saiyan 4s and do it within 7 turns, right? And build your teams appropriately for like which one is going to be best against which fight. And then stage 8 is essentially the same, all 5 types and 7 turns. So I would suggest doing the same thing again. Whichever is your strongest teams that you're able to bring, right? Now, the skill orbs that you get are the true reward. Now, stones in total, with the 8 that you get for the beating each stage the first time, right? 1 for each stage. In total, when you add up all of these missions, you get 88 stones from this event. So that is pretty good, because from what I remember from JP, everything up to, like, doing the missions is obviously one thing, right? You might get screwed over if you get bad RNG. But in terms of the actual difficulty of the fight, until you get to, like, either stage 5 or stage 6, they're not even really that difficult at all, right? And if you have the new anniversary LRs, like, I beat every stage on JP, and I pulled both the anniversary LRs, but only 1 copy of each, right? So they're both 55%, and my box on JP honestly wasn't like that great, and I managed to do it, right? Some of the missions were a bit of a struggle, like they're doing it within a certain number of turns, but that was with my box, you know, on JP not being particularly good. But the skill orbs are what you really want to get out of this, because if we look at the list of units right now, getting these gold skill orbs, these super good skill orbs, they're not going to make Int Janemba or STR Gogeta suddenly good, right? They're not going to make them meta relevant again all of a sudden. Same with like the 2-year Super Saiyan 4s. The 4 years, I feel like they probably are too outdated. Just, like, these on their own are not going to help them. The 3 years, probably the same. I mean, the dodge that they have is nice, I guess, but yeah, a bit difficult to use them. But the 5 years, of course, they will have gotten their Easy A's already when this stage comes out. So getting like super good skill orbs that are not possible to get from any other event for these units is going to be really, really good. Now, stage 6, the 6-year LRs, they're kind of outdated now, but remember, with next year's anniversary, these guys will Easy A as well. So then they're going to have these optimal skill orbs, and they're going to be good to go, right, as soon as they get their Easy A. But the big one, of course, the 7th and the 8th anniversary LRs, these guys are still very meta relevant. Like, the 7 years starting to lag off a little bit, but can still be really good. And then, of course, the 8 years are brand new, right? And the skill orbs that you get for them, I mean, the silver one for the 7 years is 6 crit, 400 defense, and then gold is 6 additional, 600 defense. So a lot of extra defense, which is one of their main issues anyway, and then 6 crit, 6 additional. But these 8th anniversary ones, these are incredible, right? The silver one, which if you have these units, you'll be able to equip the silver one at least, because you only need to be SA 10 to unlock the silver slot. Crit 4, additional 4. I mean, very good. And then gold, if you did manage to pull 2 dupes, crit 5, additional 5. This is why when I talked about their hidden potential builds, you don't really have to factor these in terms of how you build the original build, because you're getting 9 extra for both. So I still think if you haven't done yours yet for some reason, the best build for both the anniversary LRs is a mix of additional and crit, but more crit, because you want the Spirit Bomb to crit. And you're able to obviously supplement the lower amount of additional by getting these skill orbs, right? So like, say for example, the GT duo, I think mine have like 17 crit, and so they only have 9 additional. But then as soon as we put these in, they're going to have 18 additional, which is way better. And then of course they're going to have 26 crit, which means the Spirit Bomb has an over 50% chance to crit. So very, very good. These skill orbs are absolutely insane. And like I say, the missions are not really that hard. So when this comes out, like I said, this is probably one of the best events for the anniversary, because whilst these earlier ones, the skill orbs do not save these units, but you still get a bunch of stones and stuff for beating it. And then for the 5th years, and then the 7th and 8th and the 6th years ready for next year, like, these skill orbs are going to make these units even better. and you know, they either are usable now or will be usable again in the future, right, for the Zikfirs. So make sure you do these, get them done as soon as they come out, get those skill orbs equipped onto your units. Hopefully, because I did mention it in a video right at the start of the anniversary, you didn't put other skill orbs on the 8th anniversary LRs, unless you put EX ones on there, which is a smart move, because obviously when you replace them, you just get them back. But yeah, these orbs are going to be super useful, so make sure you do this as soon as it comes out. And then yeah, this basically wraps up the anniversary when this stage comes out. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Do you have your 8th anniversary LRs ready to go? Obviously the gold one, you do need 2 dupes, which not everyone's going to have, but hopefully for the 5 years, I know everyone's patiently awaiting these guys getting their easy A's. And these skill orbs are going to be very nice for them, definitely. So let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.